It was supposed to be just another morning in Frederick, Colorado. But when Shanann Watts vanished, everything unraveled in the most horrifying way.
We found Watts's body in a shallow grave. The girls, the tanks. It's a nightmare.
What follows is a story of betrayal behind the perfect Instagram family, a husband's darkest secret, and the nightmarish ending for 3 innocent lives. Christopher Lee Watts, born May 16, 1985, originally from North Carolina, married New Jersey-born Shanann Watts née Razuchek in November 2012. They had 2 daughters, Bella Marie, born December 17, 2013, and Celeste Catherine Cece, born July 17, 2015. Shanann was 15 weeks pregnant with their 3rd child, a boy named Nico. The family lived in a 5-bedroom home in Frederick, Colorado, bought in 2013. They had declared bankruptcy in 2015 with nearly $448,000 in debt. Chris worked for Anadarko Petroleum. Shanann sold Thrive products for Lavelle from home. On social media, the Watts family appeared picture perfect. Bright smiles, loving captions. But behind the facade, their marriage floundered. Shanann's Instagram was filled with cheer. Chris was quietly involved in an extramarital affair with a coworker, Nicole Kessinger, who believed he was separated. Shanann confided in friends about tensions and financial stress. Few suspected the horror that lay ahead. In the early hours of August 13, 2018, Shanann returned from a business trip in Arizona, arriving home around 1:48 a.m. She was driven home by friend Nicole Utoft Atkinson. Chris had been home with the girls. Later that morning, when Shanann missed a doctor's appointment and didn't reply to texts, Atkinson grew concerned. Around 12:10 p.m., she visited the home. Ringing the bell went unanswered. She alerted Chris at work and called the police. A welfare check at 1:40 p.m. uncovered Shanann's purse, keys, medication, and car with children's seats. But no sign of Shanann or the girls. Chris calmly cooperated. Over the next 2 days, police and FBI searched. Chris failed a polygraph test and narrowly began unraveling. Initially, he spun a strange tale that Shanann had killed one daughter. He killed her in rage, but investigators didn't buy it. On August 15th, he confessed to his father, then to detectives. He strangled Shanann at home, drove her body to his job site, and buried her in a shallow grave by the oil tanks, and smothered Bella and Cece before disposing of their bodies in crude oil storage tanks. Investigators found Shanann's body in a shallow grave near Anadarko oil tanks, a site Chris had access to. The girls were discovered inside oil tanks via small hatch openings. They also found a plastic bag with a footprint, later matched to Chris, linking him physically to the dumping site. During a 6-hour interview following his failed polygraph, Chris admitted everything. FBI agent Graham Coder reported. Once his family was found, he confessed to everything. He knew he had no other choice. He described Bella's last words, "Daddy, no," a phrase that haunts investigators and listeners alike. On November 6, 2018, Chris pleaded guilty to 5 counts of first-degree murder, including killings of his unborn son, unlawful termination, and tampering with deceased bodies. The death penalty was not pursued at Shannan's family's request. On November 19th, he received 5 life sentences without parole, plus 48 years for the fetus and 36 years for tampering. Chris is currently housed at Dodge Correctional Institution in Wisconsin, under protective custody due to threats from inmates. He lives reclusively, reads the Bible, and maintains pen pal correspondence. His former Frederick home, the crime scene, sold years later. Initially priced at $775,000, ultimately sold at $600,000 amid notoriety. The case raised powerful conversations about Instagram versus reality, trust in domestic settings, and the warning signs of domestic violence. Media coverage sparked widespread discussion.
It became a reference for family annihilator cases, someone who kills their entire immediate family.
Watts's premeditation, public image, and affair insistence rank him among the most disturbing in that class. The Watts family murders left a scar on a community and the nation. Shanann Watts, a vibrant mother expecting her third child, Bella and Cece, innocents, trusting their dad, gone in one calculated act. Behind Chris's rehearsed grief and social media facade lay a chilling reality. He choreographed lies, first blaming Shanann, then weaving false narratives until investigators and DNA left him no escape. Even now, many ask, how did no one see the signs? How did an affair and financial strain cross the threshold into murder? Today, his victims are gone, but they will not be forgotten. Documentaries, news reports, and educators continue using their story as a warning. Love can mask betrayal. Smiles can hide hatred. The Watts case teaches us vigilance. Not every perfect home is innocent, and sometimes evil lives among us in plain sight.
If you found this case chilling, like, share, and subscribe. There's more waiting just beneath the surface.